was high on one today, okay? Do you know why I'm so excited? Y'all don't understand. I got an announcement to make. I got a motherfucking announcement to make. For 18 years, I have been slaving and raising my daughter, okay? And when I tell you she just like me, y'all don't know how it is to raise somebody that's just like yourself. And so she gives me exactly what I give everybody else. She's my karma. She is my karma, okay? But yesterday, she wasn't my karma because mommy almost didn't graduate. Mama was in the 9th grade 3 years, okay? So mama had to be transferred to the alternative school, and then I did a work release program, you know? And then I ended up taking the GED, and in Florida had this situation where if you took the GED while you was in the work release program, they will give you a high school diploma. So I got a high school diploma, and with that high school diploma, I actually got me a 4-year softball scholarship, but I only completed 1 year. Got a full ride and ain't do shit in school. But yesterday, when I tell you this mine, Tatu brought this home. This is mine. Mine, okay? It's going to be a part of the set now. We worked hard on this, okay? Graduated with a 3.8. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to all the winos that was at the graduation yesterday. They had 500 students for Fort Lauderdale High. And I swear for God, with everything with me, I said, ain't no way all 500 students done did what they supposed to do. Because if I know Florida the way I know Florida, because I graduated in Florida, they don't push some of them along. No child was left behind, okay? I'm trying to tell you, okay? So listen, y'all make some noise for me because my daughter got me a high school diploma yesterday. See, we need more like that, okay? No, she didn't do nothing. I did it all. And I will keep it like right here. All right, so I'm having a good day. My son is in town for the summer. Mommy is good. How y'all doing though? Is y'all ready? So here's the thing. Okay, because whenever I do interviews, we do contracts and stuff like that. And so, this Diddy trial is heating up. And we've been waiting on the perfect moment to drop this interview that the Tashaklivers have seen, okay, already. Now, if you're not on Tashaklive.com, you do know sometimes we do take the content over here and we drop it. But for this reason, the head of Sean John, Cassius Smith, came through and poured out a whole barrel of wine on Diddy's assistant, Capricorn Clark, who has been on the stand lying, in my opinion, her whole ass off, okay? Everything she got in her. Oh, he took my vagina, but then she on Twitter, go Diddy, go! Go Poppy, go! She don't know whether she love him or whether she hate him, all right? And so her ex-boyfriend, who also worked for Diddy for 20 years, came and did an interview because he wanted to expose her for the drug mule that she is and that she was to Diddy. How are you going to be a drug mule and say that he drugged you off of your own when you provided, according to him, the dope? Make it make sense, girl. Make it make sense, okay? And so listen, we're going to run that interview. But before we run that interview, can I shout out that we are trending number 6 on Tubi with the last interview, baby? Jasmine, do you have that trailer? We got to go right to commercial. Then when I get back, I'm going to go ahead and introduce this interview. But in the meantime, we got to celebrate. Matter of fact, I got another movie that's trending right now on Tubi as we speak. Everybody talks to someone. But the last interview, the what do you call them damn movies? The psychological thrillers? Oh, it's popping, baby. The winos did that. So without further ado, I give you the teaser to our movie that is trending right now online. The last interview. Let's go. Hold that thought. Like and share this video. Let's go.
Without you.
I don't know where you be either.
That's not the last interview, Jasmine.
That's
An eviction notice? What the hell?
Okay, so I'm the source of all of our problems or something?
I've been here less than 5 minutes and problem.
Where's Malcolm? Malcolm, where's my money?
I have noticed you're behind on the rent. Is there anything I can do to lighten the load?
Lighten the load? I'm calling to let you know that you are out of line.
Check your Cash App.
What? You're not gonna do it, are you? Tanya.
Not a time for jokes, Keith.
Malcolm, I need my money.
It's a big one for me.
You can't say it like that.
How big is the shower?
He was inspired by God. When him and Speed was in the shower together.
Oh my gosh, Ray J is my mom's trainer. Should we pull up?
Jail, bro. Right when I got out on Twitch, right when they let me out. The Shade did too, but not like T-Pain. And the Shade is the one who got me banned. Hey, welcome to the stream house.
I don't want to have to teach you everything. I got to sit down and teach you everything.
Look, I'm happy to have everybody here. Thank you for coming. It's gonna keep getting better and better. I know they thought that it was gonna be worse. So they thought it would get better.
I wouldn't get invited.
We're gonna do our own shower stream, and we're gonna invite 30 of the baddest of the baddest.
We not gonna do those people.
And I'm not inviting none of the people that I invited at first, because they thought it was gonna be me.
No, Kai, you're not invited. You're invite Rachel.
Subscribe to my shit and watch me turn shit to go.
We got this invite from this woman who thinks her husband is possessed by demons. I'm not sure about this one, y'all.
Are you kidding?
When the last time we covered a story like this, Tasha?
Diane Johnson's cabin.
I'm so relieved you guys accepted my invitation to come. Something to drink, maybe some tea or coffee.
I would do wine, Miss Diane.
I know how you like your wine, but I need you fully alert for the story I'm about to burden you with. You're the chosen one. God came to me in my dreams and revealed it all.
I don't know about this, guys. Like performing an exorcism on this lady's husband just because she feels like he's possessed.
This is messed up.
This is a real life event that we happen to have the exclusive.
Yes, Tasha, we gotta help.
I said we could do a family vacation. All of us, all five.
And we would all be dead right now. For this to work, you must have all skepticism out your mind. Robert, I know the real you is trapped. We're going to free you tonight. Out of the bullshit and shit. Out of the bullshit and shit.
That's right, out of the bullshit and shade. Out of the bullshit and shade. Shout out to the winos for making that movie trend. Let's continue to run it up, okay, baby? And make sure you check out I Ain't Got It. All right, produced by Slang Slim, and also Everyone Talks to Someone, that is produced by my husband, Shek. And so is The Last Interview. That is Shek's movie. I don't know why he called me to act in it, but hey, it worked. Y'all never knew, boy. I was learning lines as we go. I was like, feed me the line. All right, action. That's how it went. I didn't have time to prepare for that movie or nothing. But obviously I did a professional job because y'all believed that I was really an exorcist. Y'all believe that I was really like, I gotta start taking more acting classes and stuff. We'll see. Anyway. No, I am not on Diddy's payroll. Why would y'all say that when I was the only blog out here? Remember, need I remind you, out here telling y'all he was kicking babies out of female stomachs? So you guys want me to follow the trial. And I'm like, why do I need to follow a trial for a story that I broke 5 years ago and everybody called me a lie? Everybody in the industry was scared of Diddy. I was blackballed because I was reporting on Diddy. But now that I don't want to be redundant and report on the trial, for what? But there are some folks in their line. Diddy's still guilty, and he will be found guilty. Out of all the charges they got, I think it's like 8 charges. They only got to find him guilty of 2 for it to be a RICO charge. He going to jail, and he should be in jail. Enough said. Diddy ain't got to pay me a dime. Diddy ain't no. How much he got though? Let me see. We may make some sick considerations. You know what I'm saying? On unfair treatment. Depends on how much he got, but I'm sure he gonna send it to Trump. But anyway, his head of Sean John, and I want y'all to listen. If you haven't seen this interview, if you're not on TashaKLive.com, you guys can skedaddle unless you want to watch it again, because we do have a second show on TashaKLive.com that's going to be starting right after this show. So we got like, it's 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. So 7:45-ish, 8 o'clock. We'll be live on TashaKLive.com. I think maybe a little earlier. Let me see, 6:30. No, yeah, 7:30. 7:30 we'll be live on TashaKLive.com. Oh, we got an exclusive. Stefan Diggs got another girl pregnant, and she newly pregnant. It's not a far along baby. Let's go and get it with this. So this is Diddy's head of design for Sean John. He ran Sean John for 5 years to be as successful as it is. If you look at him closely in this interview, I want you to watch him closely, because you're going to watch and you're going to see Diddy. Because I was shocked for a minute, for the first probably like 20 minutes. I want you to give the interview some time to warm up. It's one of those things where he doesn't have a social presence. He has a LinkedIn presence because he's professional, and he does a lot of, kind of big box designs for a lot of big personalities, a lot of big celebrities, okay? And so he's been doing this his whole life. He's not, a social media guy. He's not like a clout chaser or anything like that. But he used to date Capricorn Clark, who is Mia, that's on the stand now saying that Diddy took it, but then she thanked him later on Twitter for after he took it, okay, without her permission. We're talking about taking her vagina. And so she's worked for Diddy for many years as well too. And so apparently these two used to date, and they've known each other since the 90s, okay? Early 2000s. And he's expressed that she's always wanted to date him. He finally dated her. Things went bad. And when things went bad, they went really bad. And so it got so bad, she involved, I guess, his soon-to-be wife into this whole debacle and his kids. And so he decided to leverage our platform, Tasha K, in order to expose everything about her. Just like Brian Steele is doing right now on the stand during the Diddy trial as we speak, okay? And so we're very, very fair in this. If you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth. If you lying, you lying, okay? But Diddy is guilty. Did Diddy transport sex workers across state lines and pay them to have sex? Yes, guilty. Was your team paid to keep eye on Cassie? Yes, guilty. The feds got him. He's done. The only hope he got is a pardon or some errors and an appeal. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you Cassius Smith. Give the interview 30 minutes to unwind, and then it's going to get popping, okay? We establishing some history here because he ain't never done this before, all right? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you Cassius Smith, the ex-head of Sean John and close colleague, and even unwind some information on Farnsworth Bentley as well, because everybody been looking for him. And he gave us an excellent breakdown of that brother and while working with him, okay? Jasmine, roll that beautiful beam footage. Let's go. Hold on. Do I need to do it from my end?
Yeah, try it on your end. I tested it 3 times and it worked. I don't know.
Okay, hold on for a second. Add to the stage. Give us 1 second, guys. Give us 1 second. When I'm traveling, I do want you guys to know that when I'm traveling, our studio doesn't move as smooth as it normally does when we're in studio. So I'm actually in the city right now. I live in the suburbs, and Jasmine's in the suburbs now. And so give us 1 second, okay? I may have to slide this interview back in here. Give me 1 second. I think the file somehow disappeared. All right, give me 1 second, Jasmine. Hold on. Run a commercial real quick, and after the commercial, it should start, okay? Hold on.
Without you.
I don't know where you'd be either.
An eviction notice? What the hell?
Okay, so I'm the source of all of our problems or something?
I've been here less than 5 minutes and problem.
Where's Malcolm? Malcolm, where's my money?
I have noticed you're behind on the rent. Is there anything I can do to lighten the load?
Lighten the load? I'm calling to let you know that you are out of line.
Check your Cash App.
What? You're not gonna do it, are you? Tanya.
Not the time for jokes, Keith.
Malcolm, I need my money.
It's a big one for me.
You can't say it like that.
How big is the shower?
He was inspired by Kai. When him and his was in the shower together.
Oh my gosh, Ray J is my mom's trainer. Should we pull up?
Ray J when I got home from jail, bro. Right when I got out on Twitch, right when they let me out. The shade is too, but not like T-Pain. And the shade is the one who got me banned. Hey, welcome to the stream house.
I don't want to have to teach you everything. I got to sit down and teach you
Look,
everything.
I'm happy to have everybody here. Thank you for coming. It's gonna keep getting better and better. I know they thought that it was gonna work, so they could only do that.
I want to get invited.
We're gonna do our own shower stream, and we're gonna invite 30 of the baddest of the baddest.
We're not going to do those people.
And I'm not inviting none of the people that I invited at first, because they thought it was gonna be me.
No, Kai, you're not invited. You're right, right there.
Subscribe to my shit and watch me turn shit to go.
What brings you in, Travis?
Say something to me.
I'm sorry.
Better question. What are you going through?
We're not fucking Travis. So what do you do for sex?
It's called life.
Life? A life? What's up, T?
I can't find any groundbreaking stories. This stuff is like Groundhog Day. Nothing new has came up. I do have a few.
When we start the show, keep it clean.
Okay, but you know the rumors out there, right?
I don't give a damn about the rumors.
About Shorty. Can anything be traced back to you? I mean, I do help with little things here and there. Like what you paying her rent?
Look at it this way. We are getting older and not so attractive, more so you than me. What better way than to pull the wool over your eyes than sex?
So, what the fuck happened again? A bitch set me up with a trans and I didn't even know it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So is it true?
The blogs and their unending desire to ruin our relationship.
So why is that picture of you with some bitch in a hair salon, Travis?
I said, I'm gonna go in the clay room. Now, mind you, when I'm in this clay room, I said, this nigga come in here in the next 2 minutes with fully dressed, telling me to go, he's gay. This motherfucker.
Is this true?
How you gonna ask me something like that?
Everybody talks to somebody.
All right, so we got it. And so here's the thing. I was in the comment section real quick before we start this interview. Y'all like to play with me sometime. Mia is Capricorn Clark. She's under an alias. Mia is Capricorn Clark. She's under an alias. Some blogs know who she is, some don't. So some say Mia because that's what the feds have her as, but the people that are actually in the courtroom that know who she is Capricorn Clark. She's his ex-assistant for 20 years. She started out, according to his staff, as his mule. don't know why y'all like to play with me like this. It gets so annoying. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get it. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Y'all want to say no? That's fine. All right, Jasmine, go ahead and roll the interview. All right. Bye.
You haven't heard of me. You haven't heard of me because I don't have a rich, famous best friend.
Okay. So Diddy didn't let y'all get any type of...
I'll give you a for instance. Like, I designed the uniform for the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
The Dallas Mavericks, the NBA wanted to make this a big deal. Like, we want you and Puff to introduce the jersey at halftime before the year that they start to wear it and all those things. And Puff was like, I don't want to be photographed this year. Now, mind you, this is the same year that he's one of the most photographed celebrities in the world. But based on his situation, he don't want to be photographed. He don't want to do no press. Why? Because I'm a young black designer who's halfway cute, who's halfway fly, who might just maybe steal a little bit of shine away from you.
We got to talk. Check out, is the camera rolling? Yeah. I don't normally start my interviews off traditional. Like, hi, welcome. This is Cass.
We rolling with however you rolling with.
Is it Cassius Smith or Cass?
It's Cassius, like Cassius Clay.
Cassius Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, ironically, like, you have no social media.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Googling you and can't find you.
You can find me if you Google me. Cassius Smith, New York City designer. It's some things that are going to come up.
Cassius Smith, New York City designer. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me see. But the interesting part about it is, like, when you emailed me off of like a situation that's going on with you and one of Puff's,
right?
I guess assistants.
It was his former assistant.
His former assistant,
right?
Who's set to testify against
1,000%
in the May 5th trial.
1,000%.
And you, I guess, had a brief affair with her, even though you guys have known each other.
We've known each other for 20 years, like 20 plus years.
Okay.
I won't say a brief affair. We went out on one date, had one physical encounter, and Shorty lost her mind when I was like, this ain't for me.
Is it you?
That's me. I mean, I was probably like 21, 22 years old. I'm 50 now, Tasha, so it might not look the exact same.
Yeah, like your face is slimmer. It was definitely rounder. There are some Getty's images. Hold on for a second. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. That's Muhammad Ali. Wait a minute.
That's who I was named after, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So... Okay, I mean, it's been some years. I don't know, but it's just weird that I've never...
I mean, the Scotty Pippen thing should come up because TMZ ran a story on that, so...
Okay, hold on, Scotty Pippen. Because you were doing some designer work with Scotty Pippen, correct?
This is a jacket, these sweatpants and this jacket that I designed for Scotty. I designed for his brand.
Recently?
Months ago.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, it comes up. But like, it's so funny. Like, normally you'll see the people with their designers and stuff, but we don't see you. But ironically, like, you have the same mannerisms as Puff.
Why you say that?
Look how you said it with the toothpick.
Let me explain something.
Like,
Tasha, like, let me keep it real. My biological, who I don't have a relationship with at all, got a box of toothpicks sitting on his kitchen counter. So that's just some genetic shit. Like,
but everything, your mannerisms, like how you talk.
My mannerisms is Harold Smith, and that's my biological father. And you know, I'm not here to be an advocate or to tear down Puff.
I got you.
But when people look at, because I've heard this before, this ain't nothing new, but like
even the way you do your hair,
but you got to meet Harold Smith. You got to meet William Harold Smith to get this, because this ain't no Puff Daddy shit at all. This is if I'm going to put a name on it, this is William Harold Smith.
Like even the way your mouth is, like it's.
But that's
you get that. So I'm not crazy.
No, but here's the thing: I can't watch somebody and mimic their mannerisms. Based on my life and everything I got, I wouldn't even have, my ego wouldn't allow me to watch somebody and mimic their mannerisms. This is William Harold Smith to the death.
So you were one of the designers.
I was the head designer of Sean John.
For how many years?
5, 6.
When he first launched?
No. When they very, very first launched, it was a designer named Scott Langton and a designer named PJ Nguyen. The second season, they hired me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a photo shoot of Puff sit just like this. He always sit like this.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question before we get into why you're really here.
Right.
Did you give Puff some of your, if you're lead designer, does the designer, whoever's going to be the face of the brand, do you have to kind of develop a certain type of swag that a person, do you have to coach them? Did you have to coach Diddy?
Nah, because again, Puff is Puff. But here's the thing that what people don't understand. Puff's on TV, on the cover of magazines, all these things, right? I'm not. So when you see me with a gold grill, Marc Jacobs glasses with the gold frames, with the gradient tint and a Yankees hat on, and you see me come to a meeting with my toothpick in my mouth and you staring at me the whole meeting, and I'm looking at you like, damn, why you staring at me like this? And then a month later, you're on the cover of Source magazine with the exact same look. Because here's the thing, Tasha, I'm not famous. I'm just a dope designer. He's the famous one. So he can nitpick and swagger jack from somebody who ain't never gonna be on TV, who ain't never gonna be on a cover of a magazine, and make it his own. Does that make sense?
So yeah, I get it. So that's why I'm asking. Did he swagger jack you? Is what you?
I would never be so egotistical to be on some like, yo, he on my dick, he jacking my style. But I notice certain things.
And you never said anything.
What I'm gonna say? I'm a designer for you. I work for you.
How much did he pay you?
It was good. Wasn't great, but it was good. It was enough for me to live my New York City single man designer lifestyle playboy. Because you got to understand, Tasha, like, I don't have no kids. During my whole 20, 25 year career in fashion in New York, I never had a serious relationship. So I grew up wanting to be Marcus Graham.
Okay.
So that was my whole, in New York, Marcus Graham was in marketing, I was in fashion. So that was my whole thing. Like, I was Marcus Graham. That was my thing that's the lifestyle I wanted to live.
Before we get into the nature of your relationship with Puff, because that's really not why you're here, but I was like, well,
yeah, now let's get into it. I love Puff. Like, we can get, like, there ain't nothing off limits. We talk about whatever we want to talk about.
You love Puff?
I love him. Because here's the thing. Before I moved to New York, before I got an opportunity to work with him, there was a stage of admiration. Like, you are producing B.I.G, who is my favorite, to this day is my favorite rapper.
Okay.
To this day, if I'm a swagger jack anybody's style, it's his. Okay. I was the Versace sweaters, the Coogee sweaters, the Versace glasses at 20, 21 years old, downtown Minneapolis.
All right, cheers.
But it was, cheers, look, we looking each other in the eyes.
Yes, okay.
So that is always gonna be a point of, I guess, admiration, but even more so of that, Tasha, before I moved to New York, my mother told me, she said, son, a well-traveled man is a well-educated man. And Sean John was my third job moving to New York. And that was the first company that sent me all over the world. I'm talking Hong Kong, Japan, Ibiza, Milan, London.
To study fashion.
not even to study fashion, but to just go buy shit that I thought was dope and to bring it back to New York and reinterpret it into what Sean John would be. So Jeff Tweedy and Puff was the first people to be like, yo, you a young fly motherfucker that we believe in. We're going to send you around the world to make this shit happen. And regardless of, you know, the Puff Cassie situation, and just like everybody else, I was 1,000% disappointed in him. This is a man I looked up to and admired. So I was 100%, as a young black man who wanted to be a creative and wanted to move and shake a certain way and wanted to be fly, 1,000% I was disappointed. But I would have been disappointed if that was my uncle. I would have been disappointed if that was my brother, if that was my cousin, because at the end of the day, like, you way too cool and way too fly to be on some goofy shit like that, especially at that age. So that is kind of like our fork in the road.
Okay. So all the years, all the rumors about Puff, of course, because you work with him, you never took it in because you know him.
Well, I'm sorry, what's that?
Like, so all the rumors that have been going around about Puff beating on Kim, beating this, doing that, to all these women, like, it didn't hit you until you saw the tape.
It didn't hit me until I saw the tape, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm the type of dude that was cool with all of his security, his drivers, his chef, Farnsworth Bentley. So dudes talk to me in a way that they didn't talk to everybody else. Like, yo, this nigga crazy, like he bugging out, whatever. So I would hear all these stories, but it's one thing to hear a story, and then it's one thing to see it. So it's like, yeah. And mind you, by the time I start to hear these stories, I'm not even working at the company no more. But I'm still going to the parties. I'm still associated. I'm still friends. Well, when I say, like, if you throw a launch party for Ciroc, if you throw a launch party for, you know, Unforgivable, okay, like all those type of things. So true. I'm going. But like I said, there was a certain level of disappointment because it's like, it's for two reasons. One, it's because you're a man and you putting your hands on a woman. And let me be very clear and not be an asshole. I'm 50 years old, Tasha. I would be a liar if I sit here and looked you in your face and say I ain't never been in a situation where I put my hands on a woman. It wasn't like that. And it wasn't to that extent. And I wasn't in my mid 40s. But we all live and we all learn, and I'm not going to cast a judgment on him and act like I've never been in that situation, if that makes sense.
That was very vulnerable of you.
Nah, it's just me being real. So it's that, but then it's also, nigga, you too cool. You Puff Daddy. And I always feel like, I'm like, yo, he needed a best friend like me to be like, man, you way too cool, way too much of that dude to be doing this type of shit. Because you look crazy. And my thing is even when I went through my own thing, I remember Tasha, like, being downtown they call it the tombs when you get arrested in Manhattan.
Okay.
So I'm seeing all these dudes in the processing, line, everybody handcuffed. And I'm in there because a woman who I was breaking up with threw a glass of red wine that was probably up to here on me and said the most disrespectful shit. And I choked her out on some Shannon Sharp shit. And I was wrong. But at the time, I didn't think I was wrong. Because I'm like, yo, she was talking to me crazy. She threw a whole glass of wine on me. But when you go to court and you got to do certain programs, I went through an anger management program. And the thing that hit me like a ton of bricks, it said, you have the power to walk away. So no matter what that woman, no matter what that man is talking about, versus react, the power is in walking away. And I didn't understand that until I went through that course, and it was like, oh shit, this gave a whole nother dynamic to my being. Because here's the thing, and I had this conversation with my mother and my sister, just in regards to, male and female conflict.
Okay.
It's like, you can't go to jail for talking shit. My tongue is sharp as fuck. And I'm intelligent enough to get to know you in ways that really matter. So that and I'm saying that I reserve this for those moments, but if we get into it, I'm going to say some shit that's going to really fuck with you and you ain't going to have no ammunition against me. And we'll get into this conversation when it comes to Capricorn later, because this is a woman who's called me gay, said I like to get fucked in my ass, said I can't keep, said I can't keep a job, said I'm not talented, said I'm all these things. And that doesn't bother me because I know it ain't true. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about this jacket?
It's a nice jacket.
I designed this jacket. So for somebody to tell me I ain't talented, it's hard for me to take that point of view. You know what I'm saying?
Do you only design men's clothes?
Nah.
Oh, so you do women and men?
I do women's heels, I do everything.
So give me a little bit of your resume. Definitely Sean John for 5 years.
I moved to New York in '98 with $80 in a duffel bag.
Oh, wow.
Just by chance, I ended up meeting a merchandiser for Macy's, but he basically would merchandise the Fubu floor. Now, at this time, Fubu is $250, $300 million. They the biggest brand in the game. So, you know, he was just like, I'll introduce you to Damon. If you got what it takes, then, you know. So he brought me up to Fubu. I had a sketchbook. It wasn't even a real design book. It was just me with sketches in it. And Damon, God bless him. He took a look at my book and was like, yo, you talented. Like, you know how to do specs, which is measuring garments. I was like, nah. He was like, you know how to do CADs, which is basically being able to design something like this on a computer, which is computer aided design. I'm like, no, I don't know none of that. I just know how to draw.
That was the AI back then.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know nothing. I just know how to draw. He was like, I tell you what, I give you a job as an intern until you learn those things. Once you learn them, I give you a job where you get paid. 6 months later, I was on payroll.
Okay. So Damon Dash was the first.
Damon John. From Fubu.
From Fubu. Oh, yeah. Bald head guy. Shark Tank.
Back then, he had hair. Back then he had a curly fro. But yeah, like, you know, and again, I remember Tasha, like, I remember reading a People magazine article about him in my mother's bedroom, in my bedroom in my mother's house. He had the red Fubu nylon joint on, low Caesar with the gazelle shades. And I just was reading a story about how he started, you know, flipping hats and, you know, mortgaged his mom's, you know, all of that. And I was just like, damn, this shit is inspiring. And then to fast forward to be able to actually have a working relationship with this man was crazy.
Wow. So definitely Sean John, I mean, those are two big heavy hitters in the game of as far as fashion.
I started off at Fubu as an intern.
Okay.
At the time, Puff was getting ready to start Sean John. So I went to a Christmas party of the sales rep who worked for Sean John because her cousin was a graphic designer at Fubu. So I was his little man. So he's like, yo, we gonna go to my cousin's Christmas party. Just so happens she happens to be this head sales rep of Sean John before they actually nationally launch. So I'm like, yo, I'm a designer, whatever. She's like, oh, you work for Fubu? Like, come through. Like, let me see what you got. So long story short, Sean John actually hired me, but because Puff and Damon were friends, the vice president of Sean John, Jeff Tweedy, was like, I'm not going to hire him because I'm not going to fuck up Puff and Damon's relationship. So that put the kibosh on me leaving Fubu, going to Sean John. So I left Fubu and went to a licensing company in New York called Fishman and Tobin, which had a whole bunch of different, like, they were a boys company. So they would basically do a license for Sean John, Nike, whoever. So while I was there, they acquired the license for Sean John Boys. So they're like, yo, we want you to do this because it could be a little bit racist. You're black, they're black, you're young and cool. Like So it's like, yo, we want you to do the Sean John Boys thing. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why would I do Sean John Boys when I had an offer from Sean John Men's and they doing runway shows. This shit is in magazines. Like, it's a big thing. So I reached out to the design director at the time, Heather Thompson, and I was like, yo, this is where I'm at. This is what they're offering me. What's up? She's like, nah, fuck that. Come over here. Come through here. Went and had a meeting with her and Jeff. Then had a meeting with her and Puff. And that was that.
So you went in as head designer?
I went in as associate designer.
Okay.
But probably a year after being there, I got promoted to head designer because it got to a point, like, this is at a stage where sweatsuits and like all that was becoming a thing.
Okay.
So Puff was like, yo, and I don't know why he said it, but one day in the meeting, he was like, yo, Cash, I want you to design all the sweatsuits from here on out. And that was a big deal. You know what I mean? Because as much as people was wearing jeans and all that other, like, was rocking velours and French terries and you know what I mean? Like, that was a movement. So for him to give me that whole division of Sean John was a big thing.
That's pretty dope. Like, you know, you see Puff and all these people take credit for the designers behind the scene, and you think that they're orchestrating what it is, but really they're just ambassadors. They're brand ambassadors for their own brand.
100%. And the thing that I love about Puff is that he would come in and as much, it could be a super undeveloped idea, but he'd be like, yo, I want to make sure that every collection got lamb suede in it, got suede in it. Okay, that's a directive. I can move on that. Cash, I want you to make sure that everything you design is some shit you know I'm going to rock. Because he like, yo, you a young fly, like, our aesthetic is similar. Design the shit that you know I'm going to want to wear. So in my mind, I'm like, what's he wearing when he get off a private jet? What's he wearing when he get out of a Rolls Royce? So that was my whole connection to him and like how we started to, you know, develop our working relationship.
Okay. So you never associated with him personally at all? It was more so always on business?
I mean, and here was the thing. It's like, I remember he asked, like, why you don't want to hang out with me? Because after a certain point, there becomes a certain comfort level. Like, dude's cool, like, girls like him, like, he dressed, like, you know, he's good for the environment.
Right.
But my whole thing is, it's like, I always view Puff the way I viewed this dude I grew up with. Like, one-on-one, he's super cool. Super cool. Most personable, cool motherfucker in the world. But when you get around a crowd, he gonna take everything that you told him in confidentiality and try to play you. That's how I felt. That's how I took Puff. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was one time when Farnsworth Bentley was his assistant.
Okay.
So it's me.
And we're still looking for Farnsworth.
Where's Farnsworth at?
Yes,
Derek Watkins, where are you?
Yes.
Because that's his real name. Derek Watkins, where you at?
Where are you, Farnsworth?
So here's the thing. One time, me, Farnsworth, and my man Moose. Moose used to be my graphic designer. He was Moose is one of the most amazing graphic artists in the world.
Okay.
But he was my graphic artist at Sean John. So it's me, Moose, Farnsworth, going uptown to Park Avenue to Puff's house for me and Moose to look into his closet and get inspiration for the new season. So this is a great time. Like, we going to Homeboy's 3-level duplex. We going through his closet. We ordering food. Like, we drinking his liquor. Like, we like kids, like, playing it. Yeah. And again, I'm a design dude. So to be in a closet where it's 3 levels of clothes, from suits to t-shirts to throwbacks to all, I'm like, oh, I could dig into this shit and turn this into something. Mm-hmm. But the thing that put me off with Puff is on that cab ride, Farnsworth told me, he's like, yo, he's waiting for a moment to play you. And I'm like, what you talking about? And at this time, I don't even think this know my name. I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, yo, you young, you fly, girls like you. He's waiting for a moment for you to be in an environment where everybody's having a good time and you feeling yourself, and he's going to tear you down. So that conversation right there made me always keep Puff at arm's length. No matter how much he told me how dope of a designer I was, how young fly was, no matter what he tried to pour into me, I kept an arm's length away from him because of what, Derek told me.
Farnsworth told you that?
1000% on Park Avenue with Moose in the car on the way to his crib. 1000%. Tasha, I'm not going to tell you nothing during this conversation that ain't real.
We got this invite from this woman who thinks her husband is possessed by demons. I'm not sure about this one, y'all.
Are you kidding?
When the last time we covered a story like this, Tasha?
Diane Johnson's cabin.
I'm so relieved you guys accepted my invitation to come. Something to drink, maybe some tea or coffee?
I would do wine, Miss Diane.
I know how you like your wine, but I need you fully alert for the story I'm about to burden you with. You're the chosen one. God came to me in my dreams and revealed it all.
I don't know about this, guys. Like performing an exorcism on this lady's husband just because she feels like he's possessed.
This is messed up. This is a real life event that we happen to have the exclusive.
Yes, Tasha, we gotta help.
I said we could do a family vacation. All of us on fire.
And we would all be dead right now. For this to work, you must have all skepticism out your mind. Robert, I know the real you is trapped. We're going to free you tonight.
Alla la bullshit is shit. Alla la bullshit is shit. It's crazy because he hasn't said anything.
And the thing about it is
since this whole investigation,
at this time, I don't even think Puff know my name, let alone have this perception of me.
He just calls you Cash.
I was just Cash.
Well, I mean, I'm to Puff's defense, and I feel terrible about this. I'm terrible with names too. When I got 1,000 ideas in my head, and,
Tasha,
and
my name is
is
Cassius. One of Puff's heroes is Muhammad Ali. You ain't gonna forget that.
No, you won't forget.
You ain't gonna forget that.
Yeah. I mean,
but at the time, I'm thinking I'm this newly hired designer. I ain't really showed y'all who I am and what I'm capable of from a design standpoint. I'm just showing up, and like the fact that like Fonzo was like, nah, them be in back rooms talking about you.
He didn't tell you what they were saying?
No one ever tells you what they're saying. They just tell you that you being talked about.
That's weird.
That's the industry.
Farnsworth, like, what type of character was he? Because
very, very, very cool dude. I mean, cool. I mean, it was to the point where like he taught me how to tie a bow tie at Puff's crib on that day. He was like, and he was so excited. He was like, I can't believe this shit. I'm teaching Cash how to tie a bow tie in Puff's fucking bathroom. Because he's just excited about life.
What was his job?
Puff's assistant. He was Puff's assistant, but the thing about Bentley, or I'm not even going to disrespect him and call him Bentley. The thing about Derek is that...
Why you don't want to disrespect him and call him Bentley?
Because his real name is Derek.
So where did Bentley come from?
That's the persona with the bow tie and the umbrella and the Mr. Bojangles thing. Like that's that
like
vibe.
Puff's boyfriend.
I wouldn't even call him Puff's boyfriend, but it's like, it's like Morris Day and Jerome.
We always wonder where he got that name from, Bentley. It's something that
But that's the thing, like Puff like just came up with it. It's like Farnsworth Bentley. It just comes off like some like European aristocratic bougie shiki shit. And it's like you got this fucking like rap superstar CEO who's running around. He might be in a suit one day, he might be in a t-shirt and jeans one day, he might be in a sweatshirt one day, but you always got this dude with him who was dressed to the nines.
He was.
Pristine with the umbrella over him that is the perfect contrast. You feel what I'm saying?
So that was a whole setup. By
Whole scene. Like Puff told me, like, yo, like I'm Morris Day, he Jerome. And I'm from Minnesota. I grew up on Prince. I'm fully infatuated and aware of the dynamic of Morris Day and Jerome.
And what was that?
Somebody bring me a mirror. My valet. Open the door for me.
Okay.
Like, I'm the star. You make me look extra star.
But you got to look fly too.
But you got to look fly too.
So I don't want peasants.
Nah, I don't want. I want my people. It's like you almost got to be dressed a little bit better than me. Not better than me, but more refined. Like, so Derek taught me how to tie a bow tie.
Damn.
So it's certain
the
things.
Psychology of this.
So it's certain things with tying a bow tie and the way you fluff it up to make it almost look sloppy, but well put together. So it's like that dynamic of Derek's refinedness and sophistication to Puff's ghetto fabulousness. And it worked. That's why you see Puff walking in Ibiza with a, linen outfit on and Derek holding an umbrella over him.
And he got paid just to do.
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, he was his real assistant. It just was a show.
We never knew. Nobody has ever gave us the dynamics of how Puff, so he would sit back and create these dynamics
100%.
to make people talk.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting. So you looked at Derek as like a real motherfucker, like, okay, you looking out for me.
I looked at Derek as a fly motherfucker who was super cool. Like, you fly as a kite. You know how a suit is supposed to look on a man. Not just you, but if you styling somebody. And on top of like him being super fly, he just was a really cool dude. Like, really, Derek from Atlanta.
And I saw he was married with 2 kids.
He married with 2 kids and like,
he's had the persona of being Puffy's boyfriend for so many years.
I can't speak to that. I'm just going to only speak to the dynamic that I saw around them. And Derek's a super cool dude. Like, super fucking cool.
Did he ever, were you shocked to hear that he had a wife and 2 kids?
No.
Okay. Because he's masculine.
It ain't that he's masculine, but he ain't feminine either. Like, I ain't get no bitch ass vibes from, and not even bitch ass, but feminine vibes. I didn't get that from him. He just was a cool ass dude, like, who dressed fly and really loved fashion.
And he was a personal assistant.
And he was Puff's personal assistant.
And most of the time, I hate to be a stereotype here, but usually the ones that do that, they dress fly, they're ahead of everything. Are they gay? Men, they're leading it.
Derek's the only one that I knew. Because you got to think, when I worked at Fubu, Damon didn't have no assistant like that. And I don't know why. Maybe because your level of celebrity don't call for that. I don't know. But Damon didn't have, a bunch of assistants running around behind him.
So Damon at Fubu did not have any
No, he
assistant.
didn't. So
it was him and his team.
It was him and his team, and he had a PR person who, I love Leslie Short. She made sure that them dudes was represented the right way.
Okay.
So then I go to Fishman and Tobin, which is super white and super corporate. So none of that's involved. And then I go to Sean John. And this is where I'm starting to kind of see this, just how Puff has his, the way he runs his shit.
Would you consider him a genius?
No.
Why?
Because I think Puff is well, I mean, maybe there's some genius to it. Like, because I think Puff is the type of person that recognizes fly shit. And it's like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it on a way bigger level.
He said it with his baby mothers. I think it was a documentary I watched on HBO, and they said that Puff would take people and turn them into images that people would want to be. Like, he can look at something and be like, I know what to do with you. Dye your hair blonde. Cassie, shave the side of your head?
I mean, I could see, because I've never seen that per se, but me knowing his personality, I could see him seeing a chick in Miami with the half of her hair shaved and be like, Cassie, that's going to be your shit. Because here's the thing, what Puff is good at is taking things that on a micro level that the world is never going to see. Like I told you before, it's like me with the Yankee hat, the Marc Jacobs glasses, and the gold grill. No one was ever going to see that outside of the Sean John office and the people that I interacted with during the course of that day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he then takes that look and goes on the cover of the Source with it. So now it turns the look into something bigger. So it's the same thing as him seeing a chick who nobody never heard of or nobody knows, but she's fly, and saying, Cassie, we gonna take her fly shit and put it on you and put it on a bigger stage. That's his genius.
Catching trends before they're, or making them a trend.
But is it a trend if you took it from somebody else?
Mm-mm. There's no originality to it. It's just,
he
has exposure.
It's just saying, I have the money, the power, and the access to blow this look up. You fly in New York City in whatever social environments you move in and whatever. That's cool. I'm going to take that exact shit you got on right now and wear it on TV or wear it on the magazine cover or in a photo shoot and blow it the fuck up. That's the difference.
Okay. I mean, if he's not going to do it, somebody else is going to do it. I mean,
I don't believe so, because the thing about it is, you got to think, like, at the time I was in New York, you got Puff, Jay, 50. Jay's not going to look at somebody wearing tinted glasses and a gold grill and be like, I'm going to take that look and put it on the cover of a national magazine. 50 Cent ain't going to do that, because that's not his aesthetic. Puff is so fluid, quote unquote, but he's so fluid that, like I said, like, he could take his look no matter what it is and nationalize it. When Jay-Z and 50 Cent, like, I have a brand, my brand has an aesthetic, so certain things I'm not gonna do, where Puff don't have that. So that's where and again, like, I lived in New York for 20 plus years. It was only three when it come to who's the cats, who's running and dictating things that's going on in the city. It was Puff, Jay-Z, and 50.
Did Puff ever have beef with 50? Where there's some competition behind the
I mean,
scenes?
I've heard of certain things, but, you know, the thing, Tasha, like, I like to speak on things that I'm directly involved with or that I directly have knowledge of. Like, I've heard things, but
I didn't know if it came to you and been like, oh God, 50 Cent G Unit is really...
Nah, and the thing about it is Puff got so much fucking bread at that time. Like, he was so big, like, he wasn't worried about nothing.
Interesting. You said you designed like some, was it the Yankees?
The Dallas Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks jerseys?
I designed their uniform.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty hell of a resume. And you still designing?
Yeah. I mean, not full time, because the thing about design is like, I feel like when you're a designer, you're beholden to your career, meaning like, what's your next move? You go from designer to head designer to creative director, then what?
Your own.
Yeah, but you know how hard it is to do your own shit? Like, it's a lot of moving pieces. And I've done it. I don't want to say I've done it. I've attempted to do it. It's a lot of moving pieces. And I've had a couple 100,000 behind me. Like, it's a lot.
Clothing and shoes are hard.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I think female clothes are a little bit easier, because if you see a girl who has a nice body and she wears something, every female's like, I want to wear that. I want to look like that. So we instantly just buy it.
Right.
So that's why you got like the rise of like you know, the Facebook marketplace shops, the Instagram shops and stuff like that, the boutiques and all that.
Right.
And they be the cheapest clothes. It's called fast fashion.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and I love fast fashion, especially for me as a man, because you got to think, I'm a designer. Ain't no way in the fucking world, Tasha, I'm going to go into a Louis Vuitton, a Gucci, or Hermes, or a Saint Laurent, or any of these designer stores and spend money, because in my mind, I'm like, why would I spend $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 in here when I could just go to my makers and design something that I want exactly, that nobody else has? So that's always like, I shop at Target and Zara. Like my regular wardrobe is Target and Zara because, again, like if I'm going to spend an exorbitant amount of money, I'm going to go make that myself. So I'm not going to give that to a Louis or a Gucci or any of these things because, again, like I don't need validation to be like, I got some designer shit on. Like I'm the shit in real life.
You know, it's interesting that you said that right after China came out and exposed all the brands.
Why do you think the thing that we was working on with Scotty didn't work? It's because this was a line that was designed to cater to a Neiman Marcus price point. That's where we were going. We were going for, 100 Neiman Marcus. But then what happens? Neiman Marcus gets bought up by Saks. So that changes their business dynamic. And then what happens? Trump gets voted in office. Everything we're making is being made in China. Now, mind you, it's lambskin leather, lamb suede, cashmere sweaters, like beautiful clothes. But what happens when Trump issues 100% tariff on that? Now your whole price structure and who you was planning on selling to don't work at all. So now this whole shit was just an exercise.
What about being, I guess, more of, would you consider yourself a bespoke?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I consider myself a creative who likes to do dope shit. Like I don't really get so into the trenches and defining it. I just want to do things that my mentor told me, my man Bobby Joseph, who's my mentor, he told me when I was an intern at Fubu, he was like, design something that you would want to wear 4 to 5 times a week. If you're going to wear something 4 to 5 times a week, you really got to love that, right? So that was my design approach, is like design the things that you love and that you want to wear. Like I'm wearing this, I'm 50 years old. I'm wearing this to a club, to an event. Like this joint is crazy.
Yeah. It looks good. No, it looks good.
You know what I'm saying? So
is your jewelry real? I'm just, I ain't shit. Next question. Listen.
You ain't shit for the, but for the record, yes, absolutely. The AP, yeah, oh yeah.
Look at what Future say. If she ain't got an AP, she is not mine. She from the streets.
She said, "Is the jewelry real?"
Let me see your AP because I got this is called a Montrez. Carlo, you ever heard of a that's an AP? Yeah.
And see, the thing about it is I haven't worn.
I feel mine.
I haven't worn it.
Beauty supply store.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
You know what I'm saying? But could you tell that it was fake?
I don't know what that brand is, so I don't know.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. See, but if Puff would have showed up with something like this, he could have made it more valuable.
You want to hear a funny story?
What's up?
I was in Hong Kong one year. It was me, Jeff Twitty. At the time he was the vice president of Sean John. I'm the head designer. So in Hong Kong, they have a knockoff market. So we look at each other and be like, nigga, ain't nobody in the world gonna guess that this Prada bag is fake, this Gucci bag is fake, this Louis bag is fake, these Jordans is fake. We went in there and tore that motherfucker up, Tasha.
And wore that shit and nobody knew.
1,000%.
I believe it. I believe it. I was in a beauty supply store yesterday and I said, hey, give me some earrings and a watch that looks real. But if I lose it, I wouldn't give a damn.
You wouldn't give a damn.
They said right over here. I said, thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, this better be my child. Hey, give me a second. Shay, can you step outside and call time too? She keep calling. She called like 3 times back to back. All right, cool. My daughter. She was
Yeah, I could
blow
dig
me
it.
up, bro.
I have 4 grandkids, Tasha. I know.
4 grandkids.
4.
You don't even look like a grandfather.
I'm 50 years old.
You dyeing your hair or something?
No, everything. That's another thing that I love about myself. I don't dye my hair. Ain't nothing fake about me.
Are you vegan?
I drink every day. I smoke weed every day. Like, I'm just happy. My girl love me. I got 4 grandkids that go ballistic when I'm in town. Like, I'm straight. And that's the thing about this whole conversation that we having. It's like, this woman disrespected the most precious.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Like,
because
motherfucker. Like, and I've been trying to, like, Tasha, like, if you notice, like, this whole conversation, I'm not cussing. I'm trying to maintain, like, but yo, you know, you could say anything, like, this woman has said I'm gay, I suck dick, I take dick in my ass. She didn't said the most.
So in reference to the you were talking about
Capricorn Maria Clark.
Okay.
No, I want to say her whole Capricorn Maria Clark. That's what I'm talking about.
And she is Puff's ex-personal assistant.
Ex-personal assistant. If you Google her name, nothing else comes up but her being Puff's assistant. Nothing.
Okay. How long was she his assistant?
I probably noticed her in his circle 2003, 2004.
Okay.
I left probably 2010-ish. So I'll probably say from...
That was right on the decline.
Yeah, so what happens is the hot leaves and it goes down.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, because he was in the airport.
1,000%. So it's like, when I left, and I'm not going to say I was the hottest, the best designer there, but when I left, because I was the head, everybody else was like, yo, if he leaving, then this shit is a sinking ship. Let me get the fuck up out of here.
Why'd you leave?
I had better offers from other companies.
Did you take them?
Kinda.
Do you regret leaving Sean John?
Not at all.
Did Puff try to get you to come back, or was his ego?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Because he sold it off for like...
This was way before, like, this was when he was still, like, invested in it and still, like, had an interest in, like, still cared about it. 1,000%. I remember we had a party. Well, not we had, but Sean John had a party.
Your ass be in charge. So you was part of them parties with a party with Diddy.
Yeah, you know. Sean John had a party for the launch of something. I don't remember what it was. Mm-hmm. But Jeff hit me up and was like, yo, we having a party tonight, come through. So I come through, me and my cousin. My cousin was a young wild coyote, so he see Cassie. He don't give a fuck about her relationship with Puff. He on her head like a wild, and he off Hennessy.
Cassie's like that? Cassie was like that?
It wasn't like Cassie was like that, but I hear Cassie's like that. But he was just so confident and so drunk off Hennessy. He was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, that bitch is bad. I'm on her. But during the midst of that, I see Puff. He put his arm around me. He's like, yo, we trying to get you to come back. I want you to run the denim and the woven department. That's like 90% of our business. Like, I want you to, come fuck with us. He was like, but I heard you on some other cocky, ego, arrogant shit. Like, and I wasn't. But it was just to the point where it's like, their creative director at the time, which is outlandish to me, wanted me to do a design project. I'm like, why the fuck would I do a design project? I made this company millions already. You, the new white boy who just came on. And I told Puff that. Like, fuck it. Like, your licensee pays me $300,000 a year. Fuck, I look like doing a project.
Yeah, that was.
You, my nigga. Like, like what?
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
Internship. That's some pitch.
That's
like,
some like
yourself.
And here's the thing, like you just said, you trying to pitch yourself. Your vice president, who's his boss, came to me and was like, yo, we want you back. So what the fuck I look like doing a project for this white boy? Like, what? No.
So it's needless to say you said no.
Needless to say, I said, fuck that. And because, and this is the thing that I hate about us as black men in this industry. It's like, as opposed to acknowledging that this is a young, talented, confident black man, and nurturing that, you want to stifle it and be like, nah, we gonna fucking suffocate all that confidence and all that bravado and all that talent you think you got because of ego. And I just was one that wasn't going to allow them to do that to me.
And after then, it was history with Sean John, and he was able to sell it for like over $1 billion, I think.
It wasn't $1 billion. He sold it for a couple $100 million. The shit turned into a Chinese off-market brand that nobody gave a fuck about. Like once myself, my man Gmo, like once his core creative group left, nobody gave a fuck. It was just some shit with a celebrity's name on it. Like I remember when Sean John was Sean John and it was that shit. Like them 7th on 6 fashion shows was a movie. Like after we all left, nobody gave a fuck about that shit.
Like Baby Fat. Baby Fat was just like
even less than Baby Fat, because the thing about it is Baby Fat was never considered as a luxury item. You got to look, the first Sean John runway show, they showing fucking full-length fur coats, diamond chains, lambscape. Like it was like opulent product. When you look at anything from a Fat Farm, Baby Fat, anything.
So it was supposed to be along the lines of like the Chanel,
it was supposed to be, I wouldn't say Chanel, but like a Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Like it was supposed to, they were trying to position the product where it was along those lines.
Because black people were already buying.
And the thing about it is that's where it was going. It was going there, but it came to a point where they did a deal with Macy's, where Macy's was their exclusive retail partner. So now Macy's has to say so. So instead of that shit being leather, let's do it in PU. Instead of that shit being lambskin, let's do it in ultra suede. So now you cheapening the product and it don't mean as much anymore. Just to hit
But going into Macy's, you can't get a Gucci or a Louis in Macy's.
Again,
was Macy's trying to get a luxury line and get in competition with Bloomingdale's?
I can't even speak to the thought process behind it. I think it was more so, and to be honest, I think like it was at a time where retail was getting a little shaky, and they was just like, you know what, let's find a home. Let's just find a home where we know we got X amount of dollars coming in every month, every quarter, every year, and we could build off that and initiate that, as opposed to just being out here in all these different specialty stores and scrambling. I truly believe that's what it was.
Okay. So let's talk about you and Puff's assistant, because apparently you guys had a brief encounter sexually.
Yep.
And it turned bad. And that's the reason why you reached out to me. You said, basically, long story short, you and Capricorn Maria Clark, who was Puff's ex-assistant, personal assistant, but she's now ex-assistant. You recently worked on the brand for Scotty Pippen, which you're wearing right now.
Right.
And while on a brief breakup with your now girlfriend, we had sex a few times. Now, you said, when I told her I wasn't interested in a romantic relationship, she went off.
Ballistic.
And when you say ballistic, like how?
I mean,
The calling you the gay and all that shit. Just
it wasn't even that.
What was it?
Because here's the thing, like, I've been dealing with women, the opposite sex, Tasha, since I was 13 years old.
Okay.
I'm 50. So I know when things go back, she probably gonna say some shit to try to hurt your feelings or to fuck with you. I get that. But first of all, this happened, like me and my girl, who's my girl now, we broke up for 8 months.
Okay.
So during those 8 months, I'm in Vegas. I'm a single man. I'm making money. So I'm dating. So it came a point in time where it was like, damn, Cap, we talk on the phone 2-3 times a week. You cool as a motherfucker. Like, what if we hung out? And we did, and it was whack.
The pussy was bad?
You Yo, you out of control. But here's the thing. It's like that scene in Boomerang where Eddie Murphy came out and was talking to Yvonne, was like, yo, I gave you a chance. We went out. She was whack. It was your fault. Find you another man. Get over it. It's really that. But she couldn't get over it. Like, it was to the point where it's like.
Did you tell her she was whack?
Yes. I told her, I'm like, yo, shorty, you keep texting me every morning like, baby, this, good morning, Mr. Smith, that, like, oh, yo, shorty, this ain't that. I could show you on my phone, Tasha, like, shorty, this ain't that. I keep telling you, this ain't that. And when I said that, she went ballistic. And here's the thing.
She actually threatened to have Scotty Pippen fire you from your project. And now you say she's threatening to have you killed.
So here's the thing.
She said
here's the thing.
Testify against Puffy.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
If I was a foul, right?
All right.
Let's just say that I could say, you know what? This is sexual harassment. I was working for Scotty Pippen for a brand unguarded. I'm going to sue you and her for sexual harassment. Do you think I did that? Do you think I would do that? Because Scotty ain't got nothing to do with how goofy she is.
So she was working for Scotty as well.
She was the general manager of his brand. She brought me into it. They called me.
And you fucked your boss.
If you want to say that.
And then told her she had whack pussy.
I never said she had whack pussy. I didn't say anything.
You said it all.
I just said I'm not fucking with you because everything, like, the whole shit is whack. And it was one of those things that was like, I'm going through a breakup with my girl. I'm fucking around with her. It's like her, two other chicks. But it was like, when I went through that situation with her, I was like, yo, I gotta get back home. Cause this ain't it. One bitch, $18,000 in debt. Another one, a stripper who ain't got no exit plan. And then I got this crazy Looney Tune who act like just because we went on one date and had sex one time, like this is a full blown love affair. I was like, I'm going home where shit is normal and comfortable. Like, I want to be with my girl. Like, this shit is weird.
So basically you had a reality check.
1000%. Here's the thing. It's just like, and this is something to just adults, period. And this is one thing that I realized is like, I thought the grass was greener. Tasha, me and my girl broke up for 8 months.
Okay.
I thought the grass was greener. I'm in Las Vegas. I'm single. I ain't got no kids. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. But as I start to engage and indulge and interact with these women, I'm like, yo, I'm going back home.
How do you feel about what Shannon Sharp is going through at 55 with a 19-year-old?
I feel
now
like
20.
I feel like what Monique said. Find you somebody who give a fuck about you and sit your old ass down. Because here's the thing. Black don't crack. We always feel like, especially like if you in shape and you ain't no fat sloppy, like you feel like I got some runs with this shit. But what's the best thing for you? And here's the thing, even for me in my case, ain't nobody ever looked at me and be like, yo, you look 50 years old. Nobody.
I didn't think he was 50.
But the thing about it is, Tasha, I got a woman who loved me. Her 30-year-old sons respect me and fuck with me. Our grandkids run in the door with big ass smiles on their faces and open arms when they see me. What I need to be in a club for? What I need to be fucking with some, like, for what? Like, I fell in love with my girl and it dawned on me, I'm like, you are so loved. You are loved by your parents. You are loved by your siblings. You are loved by your kids. You are loved by your friends. You are loved by your grandkids. When somebody is loved, they're full.
Yeah.
I'm a fool for not to go fuck with somebody who is loved. You ain't in survival mode. You ain't in desperation. Like, you straight. So the only thing that I could add to your life is more of what you already got. And that was the thing that made me wake up. I was like, I've never dated a woman who is as loved as my girl is. That means something. That has to mean something.
Well, you definitely gonna score some cool points during this interview.
She already know. That's my baby. Like she know what it is.
So why bring the interview public concerning you and Priscilla?
Being who? Capricorn?
Sorry, yeah, Capricorn. God damn it, why am I calling her Priscilla Clark?
The thing about it is, and I could show you, Tasha, the email or the text message on my phone. I said, we're better off just being friends. Because I could be a better friend to you than I could be a man. Because I know based on your personality and how you move, and I'm not fucking with you. I'm going to drive you crazy. Because you are in a skirt. And that's the thing is I told her, I'm like, you cool to smoke and drink and kick it with. But in terms of like a real relationship, what a man wants from his woman, shorty, you ain't that. You too rich.
What does a man want from a woman in his relationship?
He don't want that. Like, I'll give you, for instance, like my girl.
Okay.
My girl been in her career for the last 25 years. My girl got a side business. My girl is nurturing as a motherfucker. My girl is cool. Like, she's a woman. She acts and she moves in feminine energy. And I'm not saying this to like use all these fucking catchwords, but it's like my girl's the shit. Like she really is. She ain't no sucker. She's, you know, she ain't from the hood, but like she's a real girl. And she's a real woman, and like she got shit going on for herself. And the thing about it, this is the thing that I look at, I'm like, she got the same friend group.
Turn your chair back. Right there. There we go.
She got the same friend group from when we was kids. Like, it's just all these different things that make me look at her and be like, you're special. And you also got to understand, I've been dealing with the opposite sex since I was 13 years old. I lost my virginity at 13 to an 18-year-old.
We got this invite from this woman who thinks her husband is possessed by demons. I'm not sure about this one, y'all.
Are you kidding?
When the last time we covered a story like this, Tasha?
Diane Johnson's cabin.
I'm so relieved you guys accepted my invitation to come. Something to drink, maybe some tea or coffee.
I would do wine, Miss Diane.
I know how you like your wine, but I need you fully alert for the story I'm about to burden you with. You're the chosen one. God came to me in my dreams and revealed it all.
I don't know about this, guys. Like performing an exorcism on this lady's husband just because she feels like he's possessed.
This is messed up.
This is a real life event that we happen to have the exclusive.
Yes, Tasha, we gotta help.
I said we could do a family vacation. All of us on fire.
And we would all be dead right now. For this to work, you must have all skepticism out your mind. Robert, I know the real you is trapped. We're going to free you tonight.
Would you consider that statutory?
Nah, because I mean, technically, yeah, but I was with it.
Okay.
I was with it because again, like my biggest thing, I was like, I don't want to die a virgin.
Oh, as a boy, like everybody else getting like, I'm not getting
yeah,
that.
I was like, and then the thing about it is, like I said, I'm 13, 14 years old. I'm like, yo, I don't want to die a virgin. And then it was just like I had this fucking like 18-year-old getting ready to go off in college who somehow we would be talking on the phone and she would talk super nasty. And I remember losing my virginity to her and going to the corner store and getting the penny candy, yeah, I remember getting me a bag of penny candy and walking home like it was the best day ever.
Okay. back to Capricorn. So right. Capricorn is, I guess, set to testify against Diddy or for Diddy?
Against Diddy. Yeah.
Why against Diddy?
I firmly believe that she's testifying against Diddy because the feds came to her and be like, we're going to charge you as a co-conspirator.
Why would they charge her as a co-conspirator?
Who you think was setting up them hotel rooms and setting up all that freak off shit? It was her. She was his personal assistant. I have a text message.
What about the little boy in the HBO documentary?
That shit was way you got to think Capricorn was way before that.
So she came before the little boy came. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
You talking about the little white boy, right?
No, he light skinned with a hot.
Oh yeah, that was way. I know exactly who you talk. Philip Klein.
Okay.
Because I watched that too. That was Capricorn 10 years before this.
Okay.
This is.
So she the one used to set up.
She told me out her mouth, I was the one walking around in the parties with my purse open. If you want weed, if you want coke, if you want pills, holler at Cap. She said this out her own mouth.
It was a drug, so she was a mule.
She was the girl who.
Yeah,
please.
Okay.
She was the girl who was down for whatever. Now let me paint a scenario for you, Tasha.
Okay.
And
turn back this way because we want to make sure you get your face. Okay.
So let me paint a scenario for you. You're a 16-year-old girl. Both your parents die. You have nobody in the world to have your back to support you. None of that shit, right? In your early 20s, you moved to New York. You got a bum-ass telemarketing job, 3 roommates in the Bronx. You just trying to figure it out. But you in your early 20s, so it don't really matter. Then you fuck around and luck up on getting a job as Puff Daddy's personal assistant, the biggest motherfucker in the entertainment industry at this time. You go from 3 roommates in the Bronx to your own apartment in Hell's Kitchen. You traveling all over the world with this man. Again, think about it. You Puff's assistant. This is Puff at his height. Puff ain't just subject to moving around in the States. This in Europe all over the place. He in Spain all over the place. He's doing all types of fly shit. So you come from nothing and now you are right next to the motherfucker who's moving and shaking the world up. When it comes time for him to call on you for some bullshit, do you think that woman who ain't got nobody in the world is going to say no?
So was she vulnerable?
Was she vulnerable or was she just with the shit?
So she helped him to set up the freak-offs, the hotels, fly people in.
I have a text message right now on my phone, Tasha, that says 1 weekend this has 6 girls on rotation all over the city.
6 girls on rotation all over the city?
Right.
Doing what?
Going from room to room, fucking him whenever he had time in between, whatever else he was doing. So if I'm Puff Daddy.
So she would fly the girls in, they would stay in hotel rooms. And then Puff will make
she's setting all of that. Puff is Puff.
And everybody pussy clean, they HPV free.
Who's to say that any of that is the case? And here's the thing. You want to know what's crazy?
What?
You want to know what's crazy, Tasha?
Yeah.
Now that you bring up HPV and pussy being clean?
Yeah.
This woman out her own mouth. And everything that I'm going to tell you that we're going to talk about is going to be something that she's told me. She told me out her own mouth Puff got herpes.
Oh, shit.
She told, there's a message in my phone right now about how Puff was walking into meetings with a can of soda, with a coat of ice cold soda on his face, and everybody, she told me that he had herpes. She told me that out her own mouth. She told me out her own mouth that A$AP Rocky is gay and Rihanna knows it. She told me out her own mouth that fucking, cause we gonna go there. We gonna go there, Tasha, because here's the thing. You could say whatever about me that you want to.
I ain't saying shit.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying you. But this woman has called me gay, and you could say whatever the fuck you want about me.
Okay, cool. What else did she tell you?
She told me that Puff was fucking Fat Joe's wife. That's why Fat Joe don't show up for him, and because I'm like, yo, where are all his friends? Where's Fat Joe? Where's
Benzino told me he was fucking Fat Joe's wife too. Loretta.
Yeah.
Loretta.
You better knock it off, Loretta. You with the bullshit.
Damn.
Because Capricorn Clark definitely said you were sneaking out that Miami house. 1,000%. I ain't gonna say nothing that she ain't told me.
Fat Joe, not Fat Joe, but Benzino said she likes threesomes. So her and Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade's baby mama Pumpkin used to do threesomes with Benzino.
Again,
Loretta, because Fat Joe eat everything but pussy.
Well, again, Tasha, like
According to Benzino, what else? I need to interview
Tasha, I only know what I'm directly involved with, or what someone.
Capricorn said, I can see ASAP Rocky being because his.
But here's the thing: it's just like, and she was adamant. She's like, "Yo, that gay." He's like, and I'm like, "Yo, like, but he got 2 kids." And here's another thing: this is where motherfuckers is disgusting, because she's also telling me about a condition that their youngest son has. Why are you telling me that?
Who?
A$AP Rocky and Rihanna's son, their youngest son, they have 2 boys.
Yeah.
Their youngest son obviously has a, well, I don't want to say obviously, but has a medical condition.
Oh.
And Shorty's telling me this. For what reason? I don't like, what reason?
You really came to play with her today.
Yo, Tasha.
She fuck with the wrong person?
Yo, you mentioned my girl, you mentioned my babies. It's off with your motherfucking head. I don't have no mercy for you, bitch. Like, her mother was a fucking prostitute and a booster, and her father was a thief, and they both died when she was 16. That's why this bitch is miserable now. She gonna set a flame to everything she a part of. She worked for Puff, now she testifying against him. She worked for Pusha T, she fucking fed Drake information for $100,000 to him. Like, this bitch is a terrible person. Terrible.
How did I get in it? How did I get in it?
Because here's the thing, it's like either I'm gonna go to Puff's lawyers with this shit, or I'm gonna come to you. This shit gonna be way more entertaining for the culture. Straight up. And here's the beauty of it. And here's the beauty of it. Is
your girlfriend a wino?
My actual girl?
Yeah.
Oh, she was like, Tasha K gonna love this.
Oh my God.
Because you gotta think, like, she didn't heard these stories. She didn't heard all of this shit for years. She like, oh, she gonna be in love. Nigga, hey, you remember, do you remember our first call?
Yes.
And I'm in the hot tub with the cowboy hat and the jewels on. Now, mind you, this bitch told me, like, fuck you, you live in the ghetto in the slums in Las Vegas. Tasha, you seen my...
Yeah, I was like, I need to call you back. You're busy.
Did it look like I live in the slums?
No.
That's all I'm saying.
So what else did she tell you? Because I'm trying to figure out, like, so is she...
Everything. And here's the thing. This is what's so disgusting about a person like this. It's like you cultivate a relationship with somebody and you think that you're cool. And all she gonna do is go tell somebody your fucking business. Like, she's done that from the moment I've known her up until now. That's why she told me, she was like, I'm gonna make you hate me. And I text her back, I'm like, you can never make me hate you because you don't know shit about me. You don't know anything that could disturb my life.
So she lied on you. What makes you think she's not lying on, like, Puff, Drake?
She 1000% could be, and that's the thing that I'm saying. And that's the thing that I'm saying. It's like,
that she shouldn't even be on the stand.
Is you as a credible federal witness, you ain't even credible. You just gonna, and here's the thing that I feel like, in all honesty, what happened, Tasha, I feel like the feds came to her and said, like, yo, we know, because, you know, Puff got charged for a RICO.
Yeah.
So RICO means you and some other motherfuckers, right?
Exactly.
So what I feel like, the feds came and said, like, yo, we got him. We know you was his assistant. We know you was the one reserving the hotels, supplying the baby oil and setting up everything, whatever, and hooking the whole shit up. We gonna charge you in with this RICO unless you turn state's evidence. And as a single mom who ain't got no money, what that bitch do? Fuck it, I'm gonna tell them I'm going switch sides. And today I was just listening to something, and they were like, Puff and his lawyers rejected witness 3 and 4 in his trial. Witness 1 is Cassie. Witness 2 is probably going to be another chick he fucked with. Witness 3 and 4 is going to be Capricorn and probably Kirk Barrels. The reason I know this is because Tasha, she told me. This woman has wanted to be in a relationship with me for 20 years. She tells me fucking everything. Everything. And the only time it went sour is when I told her, stop texting me, hey daddy, hey baby, hey good morning, Mr. Smith. Like, bitch, this ain't that. And that's when it turns sour. And I have all the text messages and emails to prove it.
This is so messy.
I know my girl was like, yo, it's messy. She gonna love it.
Why am I built
But here's
like
the
this?
thing. But here's the thing, Tasha. Here's the thing.
Why am I built like
Here's
this?
the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna allow you to lie about me, but I'm gonna tell the truth about you.
What was the baby oil for?
I don't know. I ain't had that conversation with nobody. That shit was above and
Because
beyond.
women, we can't use baby oil.
Not for what you think you're supposed to use it for.
Bacterial infection, we can't put nothing with fragrance.
Yeah. I mean, and
It's
again,
acidic.
and again, as a guy who has had an extensive dating and sexual experience lifestyle, I know it's certain shit you just ain't supposed to do.
Like what?
Like put Vicks on your dick and have sex.
Well, who does that?
That shit is amazing. You ain't supposed to do it, but that shit feels amazing. Vicks vapor rub. You put that shit on your dick. The shit that you put on your chest when you got a cold. Yo, Tasha, the shit that you put on your chest when you put that shit on your dick and you have sex, that is amazing.
But how does the woman receive that?
I don't know, but a woman put me onto it, so it must have been a good idea. A woman told me like, yo, babe, I want you to, do X, Y, Z, and then we gonna have sex. That shit was the business.
No hot pussy was burning.
Or you was in a motherfucking what they call that? Euphoric state. You never know. That shit was amazing though.
So you ain't never been to none of the puff parties, none of the freak out parties?
Like freak out parties? No.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to parties, after parties, and like where we having fun, but in terms of like where motherfuckers is naked, no.
Okay. All right. So did he ever invite you to any of those parties?
You know what happened one time? And God, again, I don't like, fuck it, I'm just gonna tell it. He ain't here no more, but fuck it, I'm gonna tell it.
Okay.
I was a head designer at Sean John. We get nominated for a CFDA award.
Okay.
CFDA award is like the equivalent for fashion to a Grammy.
Okay.
So we have a little pre-party before the award show at this spot called Butter, downtown New York. So we in the joint, everybody's having a good time. And I see Andre Harrell. And he's like, yo, nigga. And now mind you, I only met Andre one time, and this was at the Bad Boy Retreat in the Hamptons maybe like 2 years before.
Okay.
So he probably ain't even remember. So he like, yo, Playboy, like that fucking suit, you killing them, you flavor, that shit is flavor. So I'm like, this shit is Andre Harrell. Like I took it as a compliment. Like this is an OG of the culture, like of the game. Like that shit's a compliment. After that, I started to feel uncomfortable because every time I seen this, and Butter's probably the size of this whole living room. So it's small, like, but it's a club, it's small.
Okay.
But every time I would see this, he would walk up to me and be like, Flavor. And mind you, it's a small club, so I'm seeing him multiple times. Every time I see him, Flavor. I'm like, shit's weird. So party's over. Everybody's outside. We getting ready to go to the next spot.
That's sort of like a cat call of what men do to women.
But I ain't take it like that because it was new to me. I ain't know.
Men will do that when they see a woman all the time.
Because I ain't know. So we outside, my man Moose, we taking pictures, like design team, like whatever. And I never forget this. Puff had an SUV that was parked right next to the sidewalk. It was the driver in the front seat, no one in the front passenger seat, Andre Harrell in the back passenger seat, Puff in the back passenger seat, but Puff's closest to the sidewalk. We all on the sidewalk talking, taking pictures, whatever. Andre reaches over Puff and says, now mind you, everybody calls me Cash. My name is Cassius, but everybody calls me Cash.
Okay.
Puff leans over Andre Harrell. Hey, yo, Cash, come ride with us. I look at my man Moose like, how the fuck he know who I am? Before I could even respond, Puff says, hey, yo, Cash, just meet us at the club. Security's in here. Ain't no room in here. Just meet us at the club. Now, I can clearly look at the fucking car and see that there's nobody but 3 people in there. In my mind, Puff's like, yo, I don't know him like that. It's either I don't know him like that or I don't think he fuck around like that. I think that was Andre trying to test him. And in my mind, just based on how it all played out, it was either Puff saying like, either I don't know him like that or I don't think he fuck around like that. In my mind. Because why would you admit...
So you think Puff's bisexual?
Yes.
And why would you said that easily? Why would you say that?
I mean, things I've heard from... You got to understand, Tasha, when I worked for him,
Okay.
I was cool with not just the vice president of the company, but I was cool with his security. His security is with him all day, every day. And my man Craig said to me one time, who was this security guard, he was like, yo, Cash, I don't get it. Like, his chef is gay. His personal assistant is gay. Everybody in his inner circle was gay. And he was like, it wasn't no long out, drawn out conversation. He just like, I just don't get it. It's just like everybody in his inner circle was gay. Like, I just don't get it. So do I think that? Yeah. Puff didn't go to school with girls until he was in college. So think about that.
He went to an all-boys school?
He went to all-boys school in high school and junior high. So he didn't get a chance to be around girls like that until he went to Howard. And you got to think, on top of you going to...
His hips are wide.
And on top of going to an all-boys school, you're going to an all-white boys school. White boys play way different type of games than do. That's just real shit. And like Homegirl said, why is he fucking 6 girls in a weekend? He's overcompensating for something.
So that people can say, oh, he's fucking women?
Not even for other people to say, it's for his own psychological benefit. I got these desires, but let me try to override them with as much women and as many women as I possibly can.
Because like when I,
Because here's the thing, Tasha. In my fantasies, my dick is the star. The whole thought of like, and you Puff Daddy, like you hiring dudes to fuck your girl in front of you for you to jerk off to? And I told Capricorn, I was like, if I known that this had a little dick and he had herpes, when I was working at Sean Jump, my demeanor would have been way fucking different. Way different.
Why you say that?
I'd have been way cockier. Cause it's like you walking around this motherfucker like you that and you got a fucking diseased dick and it's little. I'm really that motherfucker around here. And here's the thing. There was nobody at Sean John or Bad Boy who waved that Playboy flag more than I did. Like, I was young. I ain't had no kids. I wasn't in no relationship. I was making good money. I had a fly ass crib. I was dressing good. I was terrorizing New York City. So it's like
So let me ask you a question. So, when I think about Puff hiring the dudes to fuck Cassie, right, and all of his other chicks, because I've talked to a few of the male prostitutes that are set to testify. They're all doing books and stuff, and they're going to be doing interviews. I guess it's not, when I think about it, because I try to think about it from 2 different ways. Like, we watch porn, right?
Yeah.
And in porn, you watch a man fucking a woman.
Yeah.
That turns you on. Isn't it the same as him just kind of bringing porn real life into his life?
No.
I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like,
I'm going to give him a bit. I love Puff. Puff's the first person that sent me all over the world. I'm not coming to you having this conversation with any type of animosity or like, I love the nigga.
But I'm talking about
we talking about as real alpha male shit. Nah, B.
So it doesn't turn you on when you see porn and a man and a woman fucking?
I think about, and here's the, you want to know why I don't watch porn, Tasha?
Why?
Because if I start watching porn and I start to fixate on what a woman is doing and how she's doing it, I'm going to want to find her and have sex with her. Because this is one thing that I know. I got friends who, well, I've had friends who were porn directors. It's like, you know you could fuck them bitches. And all it takes is for you to be around them and be charming and be who you are and not to be thirsty and not to be, you know what I mean? Like, that pussy ain't hard to get. So the reason that I don't watch porn is because if I start to fixate on a woman and how she, like, that's going to take me away from what I got going on in real life, and I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to find a way to get in contact with that woman. I'm going to find a way to put my hands on her. I'm going to find a way to fuck her and demolish everything that I got going on good in my real life.
Okay, that's fair enough. However, does it make you gay that when you watch porn and a man and a woman were fucking and that turns you on?
That don't make you gay at all.
Okay.
I don't think that makes you gay at all. In no way, shape, or form. I mean, I think, you know what I think makes you gay? I think you sucking a dick makes you gay. Mm-hmm. I think you fucking a dude in the ass makes you gay. I think you playing with another man's dick makes you gay. I think anything involving you and another man sexually naked makes you gay. Now, if you, and again, it ain't my twist, but if you want to hire somebody to come knock your chick's head off and you want to, for whatever, that ain't, I get it. Do I call that gay? No. Do I call it weird? A little bit.
I mean, it is definitely, and so his lawyer
And here's the
is
thing.
rejecting the
And here's
plea
the thing,
deal.
Tasha. I've participated in gay sex. 1,000%.
I'm confused.
I participated in, what are you confused about?
But you said you're not gay.
Let me ask you a question. If I'm having a threesome with 2 girls, 3 girls, one time I even had 4 girls. And it's me, 2, 3, or 4 girls. No other dick in the room, just me. But they kissing each other in the mouth. They sucking on titties. They going down on each other. And I'm engaging in that. Is that not homosexual sex? Technically?
Lesbian, yeah. But they don't, people don't view that as
I mean, but I try to be inclusive. I got fucking gay nieces and nephews. And so, I try to make light of the situation.
Oh, you had me
But that's
for a
why
second.
I said that. You was like, nigga, what?
No, you just said.
You just said. But that's why I like to throw that little curveball in, because it's like, I don't want to be contradictory and be full of shit. Like, if 2 dudes is kissing and having sex, that's gay, right?
Right.
So what makes it the difference between if 2 women are doing it? And I've made that admission in front of my whole family, and they all had the same reaction that you had, but it's like, oh, thank God it wasn't when more.
I mean, I was just confused as to, whatever your sexuality is your sexuality. But I was just confused as to how the fuck did we get here? You just said that.
Yeah, nah, I just wanted to throw that monkey wrench in.
Yeah, but I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I get you. And so I guess that's where Puff's lawyers are like, listen, he's not a criminal, he's a swinger.
He's in the kinky sex. And the thing about it is...
Takes him down every time.
And here's the thing. Capricorn told me out her own mouth. She's like, yo, I'm going to do as much as I can to help him. Because she knows she was with all that shit. She going like, they calling her to the stand on some fucking, kidnapping shit, whatever. She was with the shit. She told me out her own mouth 15, 20 years ago about them breaking in Kid Cudi's crib and opening up his Christmas presents. Capricorn is not the type of chick.
So you think Diddy sent Kid Cudi to the mental institution?
No. I think he blew his car up. I think he broke into his house and opened up his Christmas gifts because he was sleeping with his girlfriend. And his personal assistant at the time never told him nothing about it. It's like, yo, you are managing this chick's project. This is my girl. she fucking around with this, you know about it and you ain't gonna tell me? After everything I did for you?
Ain't Kid Cudi a little...
Honestly, Tasha.
Are they, everybody in the
Here's
industry?
the thing.
Is everybody in the industry gay?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Is that when you have a woman like Capricorn
Okay.
that just blurts out everybody's gay, had a pink suit on, he gay. Motherfucker did this, he gay. Like,
Yeah.
to me, what's gay is you fucking with other dudes. You having physical, romantic relationships with other men.
Yes.
If you got a motherfucking pink suit on, man, I don't consider you being gay. I just think you making a fashion statement.
What she tell you about Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Nothing, to be honest with you. I was trying to think, I was like, did she ever say? Nah.
Okay. 'Cause I'm like,
I think the most egregious thing she said was talking about Rocky and Rihanna's youngest son's health condition, whatever that is.
Okay.
I think that's a violation because that's a baby. Like,
yeah.
you want some bullshit. I think her telling me Rocky's gay and Rihanna knows it. You telling me, why are you telling me this? Like, who am I for, like, I'm not a vessel for this information, Tasha, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Had she not disrespected my girl and my babies, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So you telling me all this shit for fucking, like, for what? And that's what I would implore Rihanna to look at. Like, why is this woman who you may think is your friend running around telling your fucking business?
So her and Rihanna are friends?
I have pictures with her and Rihanna on a boat on the Amalfi Coast. Her son's father is A$AP Rocky's manager. So when I say, why is not Khaled or not Fat Joe or not none of these motherfuckers who be like, before any of this thing happened with Puff, yo, that's my brother, whatever. Oh, you know Puff was fucking Fat Joe's wife. Why are you telling me this? Tasha, the way my life moves and the way it's set up, me having this information is worthless unless I'm sitting down with you.
We hope to have you back here again.
Well, you know, I've been treated great so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. But I just wanted to make this conversation not only informative and not only like real and honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give you the real deal.
You think Puff going to jail?
No. And I'm going to tell you why. Even if Puff gets convicted.
Okay.
Even if he gets convicted. Who's in the White House right now?
Trump. I said Trump was going to party that nigga.
You know how many Puff Daddy parties I've seen Donald Trump at? You know how many Jay-Z parties I've seen Donald Trump at? So when it was bugged out to me when he got into office and everybody was so anti-Trump, I'm like, you love this motherfucker. So 100%, if Puff gets convicted within a year to 2 years, Donald Trump gonna get him the fuck out of here. Because if you think about this, Tasha, during Donald Trump's whole campaign run, the first or second, have you ever heard Puff say anything negative about him?
Mm-mm.
That means something. Here's a million.
They probably already working the party right now.
And that's the thing. Here's $1 million, $1.5 million. Let me shoot you this and get me the fuck up out of here. Why wouldn't he?
Cassius, thank you.
You're very welcome, Tasha.
For coming through.
You're very
the
welcome.
winos are going to thank you. They're going to be like, Cassius.
Well, I hope I gave you something that would, yeah.
That you gave us like, and this is why I do not like, because they like to clown my platform and I don't care. Oh, that's why no real celebrity will sit down with you. Why? Because they lie.
Because you got an image to protect.
Exactly. And I see right through it. So it's not like, my thing is I'll have the celebrity if they're open.
Right.
Right? Be real. Don't have me sitting here looking.
Like you playing games with your audience.
Exactly.
Right.
So my thing is I always like to interview the people that have helped for years to build the person into who they are.
Yeah.
You see vulnerability. You see everything. You hear everything. Y'all talk. It's like, you know, the CEO is over here, but let me tell you something. From his personal assistant on down to everybody else talking.
Right.
They know.
Right.
That's the best gossip ever is the workplace. The family. I'm like, fuck all that
Because they know
shit.
everything.
And we get it 5 years in advance. I was before no Puff. His girlfriends were coming to talk to me as soon as he stopped fucking paying.
I watched the Gina joint. The joint with I watched that. And again, for me, I wanted to have this conversation with you because this woman disrespected my girl and my grandkids only because I didn't want to have a relationship with her. Not that I fucked her money up, not that I ruined a business opportunity. I told her, this ain't that. Stop calling me baby. Stop calling me daddy. Stop good morning, miss. Like, knock that shit off.
Yeah, I see the email here. Let me read the email that she wrote you because people won't think you just coming out of left field.
Yo, Tasha, and that was light work. I got so much shit in my phone.
She even CC'd, it looks like she CC'd Moose too.
My graphic artist.
She said, that's exactly what I said. I don't give a fuck if you call my baby daddy and suck his motherfucking dick. This is from Capricorn Clark, Puff's ex-assistant. You were acting like a fucking homosexual. Give me the fuck alone. I promise you and you keep fucking with me. I'm gonna go knock that senior citizen's teeth out of her mouth and tell her everything you said. You need to stop fucking with me. So she's talking about your girl.
Right. Now, mind you, she's 3 years younger than my girl, but she want to keep throwing this age situation. Like,
I know where you live. You ain't no gangster. I will get your fucking head knocked off. My child has special needs. I'm tired of you fucking with me. I'm tired of you bothering me. You keep reaching out, Chase, and I swear to God, I'm going to get you fucked up. Save this printed on a t-shirt. I don't give a fuck what you do. Motherfucking dick-sucking faggots talking about Moose and Jenny LaFata. Who is Jenny LaFata?
That's my man's wife. My man Moose's wife.
Oh, shit. Okay. Alrighty then, Capricorn. This is...
And my thing is this. You are a fucking federal witness for a case that's 3 weeks away from going to trial.
She sounds like Puff in the email.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, Tasha. This is the thing that bugs me out. It's like there's certain people who have worked so closely to him that they start to take on his demeanor and his personality.
Yeah.
And because I've worked so close to him, I worked with Puff 4 years before Capricorn even got there. So it's like, bitch, I see all of this. Like, I see, like, you ain't fucking Griselda Blanco. A month before she sent that text message or that email, she was talking about she had no money to feed herself. So now you so gangster that you can send somebody to my house? I live in a gated $700 million community, Tasha. Ain't nobody getting in there ain't supposed to be. So I don't even take that shit seriously. But it's something fun to make a mockery of. Tasha, I'm a wine drinker. When you say winos, I'm a wino. So I ain't seen no bottle of wine I didn't like, to be perfectly honest with you.
So you like the wine?
Yeah. And you know, I hope you peeped how I was holding the glass. Like,
yeah,
you know, refined.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, cool. All right, Cassius Smith. Oh, y'all get on my nerves so much. So much. Oh my God, will you just let me cook during an interview? Yes, I don't edit my interviews to get to the good space. That's why people come to me and they tell me everything. I don't have no pre-questions. We have a conversation. I get to know them. There was no way I could have sat him down and just got into what he was getting to. You guys needed to understand him. And then at the end of the interview, now you're saying, oh, okay, I see how this fits in. Because you wouldn't have understood it. Damn, y'all, we've been doing this almost 10 years. Next October is our 10-year anniversary. Stop the cap. All right, now I gotta apologize to y'all. Because I was on vacation last week. Shut up, Jason. Jason back there telling go ahead, apologize. And before I went on vacation, my sources told me that Capricorn Clark was going to go under an alias and it was going to be Mia. This was before I even went on my vacation. So I said, okay, I'll discuss it when I get back. So come to find out my phone is blowing up. Oh, no, you've been out of the loop. It's not. Capricorn went under her regular name. I'm not following this case like that. I just let my sources update me. So the last update we were told personally was that Capricorn was going to go under Mia. Or maybe they just assumed that it was going to be Mia when they heard ex-assistant. But Mia is this white girl here. Where's she at, Jasmine? This is Mia, and her real name is, hold on. I got it. Hold on. Let me get it. Sarah Snedeker. Sarah Snedeker, this is Mia, this anonymous on the stand. I'm not a federal agent. I'm not a judge, and I ain't been ordered to do a damn thing. This is the bitch, okay? So she worked with Puff from 2005 on the Bad Boy Project all the way to 2014-15, okay? She said she started when she was young. You see, she got the Cassie haircut and all. So, yeah. All right. This is Sarah Snedeker again. That's AKA Mia on the federal witness stand that is testifying against Diddy right now. Now, I don't know any of her testimony, but I will reach out to some of my sources to get it if I feel that it's relevant, okay? And so, yeah, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I shouldn't have came at y'all like that. Okay? I'm sorry. Y'all know if I get it wrong, I'm going to come back and fix it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I be standing on my information. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I had to call myself. I said, bitch, didn't you tell me, goddamn it, that Mia was Capricorn? She went under her real name. I said, okay, well, give me the white bitch that's on the stand. And so I got the white bitch that's on the stand. You see how quick we got that done? You see how quick we got that done? Sarah Snedeker, 2005 to 2015, Bad Boy employee, worked for the Bad Boy Project, all that stuff, okay? So yes, sorry. Forgive me, okay? Ain't nobody perfect around here. Shit. Don't forget, y'all, before we leave, now, because we about to head over to Tashaklive.com. We got a new woman that claims that she is carrying Stefan Diggs' baby, okay? And it's not a baby that's born yet. She ain't even close to being due. She real early, okay? And so she around here running her mouth. And then, of course, it done got back to the Unwind with Natasha K, and we're going to share that with the winos exclusively on TashakLive.com. And then we're going to talk Papoose and Remy, because you know that's my story right there. That's mine. Don't nobody get to talk about that but me. We were the only ones. Just like we were the only ones reporting on Diddy when everybody didn't want to report on and calling us a lie. We was the only ones telling y'all about Remy and Papoose and all these allegations, and now they want to fight, and they got to go through us first. Absolutely. Okay? So, we don't nobody get through nothing at all. Y'all, listen, the hottest seller on the site is the sea moss drops right now, okay? The sea moss drops 98% vitamins and minerals, and it has spirulina in here, which is pretty much a meal replacement, okay? You guys got to get the sea moss drops. We always make sure that the manufacturer is never running out, okay? Because y'all be buying these like hell. Now, real quick, let me read a real review from a real wino, okay? This is from Miss Valerie Johnson. She says here, I just ordered my second bottle. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis several years ago, have been prescribed several meds along along with taking vitamins, yet I was still suffering daily until I started taking these sea moss drops. They're very potent, okay? I felt the difference in a week. I am now jogging and feeling almost normal again. Can't wait to see how I feel in 30 to 60 days. I highly recommend, if you're suffering from inflammation in your body, start taking sea moss immediately, okay? A lot of times when we're suffering from inflammation, I just told my sister yesterday, she told me, I'm gonna do a blood workout. Yeah, you need to do a vitamin and mineral lookup, because your body is just like a plant. And if it's depleted in vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin C, you need to replenish your body with what it needs instead of trying to cover it up with a medication, okay? You can do the medication until you get what you need and for your body to function, all right? And so the sea moss drops are on the site. Use the coupon code TK10. And if you want, if you're Jamaican and you from the island, we got the sour sop and sea moss and black seed oil drops, okay? A little bit more potent. So we got these both on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order, okay? And so also, guys, Jasmine, put up the diet drops, because people, the active 8 drops. Okay, now real reviews, okay, from the winos. This is a 4-star review from the wino. It's only been 1 week. I've noticed I haven't been hungry all day like I usually am, okay? And so these active 8 drops have a proprietary blend of a mango extract and some other herbs, all right, that is used to help you fast longer. So if you're the type of person that likes to snag throughout the day and you like to just munch on things and things like that, and you want to go a little longer to fast and maybe break your fast at 2 or 3, these are the diet drops that you need. They're called Active 8 drops. Very, very popular. Also, another real review, Deborah Powell. So far, this is great. It has actually stopped my extra cravings, and I've tried many things. I have already told my niece about it, and I will purchase more products from TK Deals. I trust you wouldn't endorse this if you didn't believe in it. Thank you, T. Okay, and so I use these when I want to fast and everything like that. And so they're very popular on my website, shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10. And don't forget, guys, we got 3 types of mushrooms. We got the mushroom extract complex and the gummies. Okay, we got a lot of great reviews on the gummies. You can go on the website and look. We also got the T-cell and NK cell mushroom powder that can be used in smoothies, and it can be used as a seasoning. If you want to make mushroom gravy chicken or mushroom gravy or anything like that, or put this in your collard creams, you can do it all day, okay? And also, guys, don't forget, hold on, I gotta take my mushroom extract in front of y'all because I'll be thinking I'll be taking my own shit. And also, guys, don't forget, we are sponsored in part by the sugar case. That's what I got on my skin right now. That's why it's glossed. I put it on fresh out the shower while I'm wet, let it dry. And then also I use it as a touch-up. Very, very nice body oils, body scrubs. I love this. This is made by a Black woman. You can get it on my website under the Partners tab. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your order. And also, guys, don't forget, we are sponsored in part by Inez Beauty, okay? She has a wonderful brighten up serum made with kojic acid. I use it on my face, guys. The only makeup that I wear is my mascara, eyeliner, and some lipstick, okay? I use this to help keep my skin tone even. And for my body, this is the kojic acid for the face. I use, and I just got another bar here because I ran out, okay? And there's actual reviews on the site from real winos. We're not putting no fake reviews. That's why it's not a lot of reviews, because we want y'all to review the stuff, okay? We got the kojic cocoa soap with turmeric and kojic acid as well as cocoa butter. I use it on my body to help keep my skin tone even and things like that, to help keep it blemish free. All of this is available on my site right now. Use the coupon code TK10 and get 10% off your first order. Right now, we're about to head over to Tashaklive.com for our second show, Fuckery Friday. Got a lot of exclusive interviews, exclusive information we're about to unwind. I appreciate y'all for sitting through this interview. For those of y'all that are not subscribed to Tashaklive.com, sometimes we do put the content out over here, okay? Guys, if you have tips on your favorite celebrities, please feel free to email me as you've been doing. Use my email, unwinewithtashak@gmail.com, or use my Instagram. You can DM me via Instagram. Also, guys, if you want to advertise, please hit me via unwinewithtashak@gmail.com, and somebody from our ad team will get right back with you. Our ads start at $250, very, very low. We cater to any and everybody as long as it's legal. Okay, as long as it's legal. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. You said 20%. What are y'all talking about? We knew you was coming. Thank you, thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Now we're about to head over to Tashaklive.com. Don't forget to check out all of my movies streaming live on Tubi, which is Everyone Talks to Somebody, as well as the last interview. We're trending everywhere. And with that being said, thank you so much to my co-producer, Jasmine. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this. And Jasmine, I need you to turn on your mic because they be thinking I'm out here trying to be like Ellen or somebody. Y'all ain't about to label me no bad boss, okay? First of all, there was some rumors being spread during the last live because I got irritated with Jasmine. Am I not allowed to get irritated with Jasmine? Are we not people? Are we not people that get irritated with other people? Does that mean I want to see something bad happen to her? Does that mean I'm disrespectful to her? Does that mean I treat her disrespectfully? Y'all gotta understand, when you work with people, it ain't always like, and it ain't always bad. But I can proudly say this. In that, Jasmine, how long has it been? It's been longer than 10 years. Because 10 years is our anniversary on the channel. I started with you at a radio station. And you've always known me, the big bitch that never hold my tongue. Do you stay places you don't like working at?
I do not.
And if I disrespected you, what would you do? Just
we're going to have a conversation about it. That's all.
Do we not have work spats like that are just natural?
Like at any job.
Thank you. Y'all need to stop doing that. She is not that other girl. That other girl is gone, okay? Seriously. Yes, and I was off for a week. Jasmine was off for a week last week. So I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. And things just wasn't swinging, okay? And it was my fault because I didn't do a show check. So normally before the show starts, we do a check to see how everything is working, just like we did before this interview started. We made sure the interview was working. As soon as we started, the interview didn't work. So we had to, call Shake to get it done. This is what happens, and it's a real show. So you're seeing it real live, okay? And so you're going to see real shit being said. But y'all need to stop that, for real. I don't like that. It's like y'all creating a negative environment off of something, and I saw every other comment, and y'all like, Tasha, Jasmine, why are you talking to her like that? I talk to you like that. The hell? I will talk to you like that.
Tell them how much you love me. Just go ahead and tell them.
She know I love her. I love her ass, and she knows that. That's why every time we get ready to move studio, I'm like, hey, Atlanta to Florida, Florida to West Florida, South Florida to West Florida. Let's go. We gotta go. I'll take her. She goes everywhere I go. She's damn near me. Like when I think something, she knows what I'm thinking. And so no, it's never perfect. And normally I do because I'm a high energy person. And so I speak what's on my mind. This is my real personality. And so I'm like this with everybody, not just her. And so the thing about it is, it's like I had a very, very stressful month based off of me overwhelming myself with work. And so when I took my spiritual sabbatical, I'm still spiritual. I was supposed to take more days than I did, but I couldn't because my daughter was graduating and I had family coming in town. So I got all this stuff I'm juggling while trying to give y'all a great show. So yes, I was going to check y'all today on that, but I'm sorry about that Capricorn Clark Mia situation, but we let y'all know who the white woman was, okay? So tell the judge I said that. He want to hold me in contempt? He can hold me in contempt, okay? I'll contempt myself. I'm held in contempt for putting the white woman out. All right. Now we about to head over to Tashaklive.com. Okay. I love y'all. Now I gotta go cuss my ass out. Not that I'ma really give a damn anyway. Bye.
Without you.
I don't know where you be either.
That's
An eviction notice? What the hell?
okay, so I'm the source of all of our problems or something?
I've been here less than 5 minutes and problem.
Where's Malcolm? Malcolm, where's my money?
I have noticed you're behind on the rent. Is there anything I can do to lighten the load?
Lighten the load? I'm calling to let you know that you are out of line.
Check your Cash App.
What? You're not gonna do it, are you? Tanya.
Not the time for jokes, Steve.
Malcolm, I need my money.
It's a big one for me.
And then you can't say it like that.
How big is the shower?
He was inspired by Kai. Him and his spews in the shower area.
Oh my gosh, Ray J is my mom's trainer. Should we pull up?
From jail, bro. Right when I got out on Twitch, right when they let me out. The shade is too, but not like T-Pain. And the shade is the one who got me banned.
Hey, welcome to the same house.
I don't want to have to teach you everything. I got to sit down and teach you
Bro,
everything.
look, I'm happy to have everybody here. Thank you for coming. It's gonna keep getting better and better. I know they thought that it was gonna be worse. So they don't do that.
I wouldn't get invited.
We're gonna do our own shower stream, and we're gonna invite 30 of the baddest of the baddest. And I'm not inviting none of the people that I invited at first, because they thought it was gonna be me.
No, Kai, you're not invited. You're invite Ray J.
Subscribe to my shit and watch me turn shit to gold.
What brings you in, Travis?
Say something to me!
I'm sorry.
Better question. What are you going through?
We're not fucking Travis. So what do you do for sex?
It's called life.
Life? Or wife? What's up, T?
I can't find any groundbreaking stories. This stuff is like Groundhog Day. Nothing new has came up. I do have a few.
When we start the show, keep it clean.
Hey, but you know the rumors out there, right?
I don't give a damn about the rumors.
About Shorty. Can anything be traced back to you? I mean, I do help with little things here and there. Like what you paying her rent?
Look at it this way. We are getting older and not so attractive, more so you than me. What better way than to pull the wool over your eyes than sex?
So, what the fuck happened again? The bitch set me up with a trans and I didn't even know it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So is it true?
The blogs and their unending desire to ruin our relationship.
So why is there a picture of you and some bitch in a hair salon, Travis?
I said, I'm gonna go in the clay room. Now, mind you, when I'm in this clay room, I said, this nigga come in here in the next 2 minutes with fully dressed, telling me to go, he's gay. This motherfucker.
Is this true?
How you gonna ask me something like that?
Everybody talks to somebody.